This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm joined by Jack Catterall ahead of tonight's Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez undisputed bout. Jack, out here in Las Vegas, how are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. Out here doing a bit of training and just excited for the fight tonight, and we'll see what goes down.
Now, of course, you will have a keen and a close eye on the winner of tonight, being the WBO mandatory, and next in line to face whoever is successful. But being around the teams this week, seeing them at the press conference for Wayne, what have you made of the week up until this point?
Yeah, it's been good. I come to the Wayne yesterday. There was a bit of rivalry between both camps yesterday. But yeah, I'm here for one reason only. I want to see who wins. I'm mandatory for the WBO title still. And I think after tonight we'll know then in which direction it's going to go.
What are your thoughts, especially having seen them, yesterday, how heated it got? Do you feel like Josh has gotten under the skin of Jose at all?
I really don't know. I think Ramirez is quite a quiet character. We know Josh has this side of him where he flips out a little bit, but I'm not reading into it too much. I think Ramirez looked possibly a little bit drained at the weight yesterday, so maybe he was a bit weak and a bit tired and whatnot, but it certainly built up the energy around the fight, so looking forward to it.
Talking about the fight, Jack, what do you expect from tonight? How are you expecting it to play out?
I'm expecting a good fight. I think Taylor's got a few more tools in the box, opposed to Ramirez. Ramirez, very tough fight, very solid fighter. My prediction for the fight would be a Taylor win on points after a very tough fight.
Having spoken to the team this week and trying to find out more about how Josh has kind of looked to change or work on certain things since his link up with Ben Davis, and the team are saying he's probably a bit more efficient with his output now than what he was previously. With that in mind, if that is going to prove to be the case, do you expect to see Josh involved in the type of war which I think many people are expecting, or are you thinking that he might produce something different?
Really don't know until the fight night. I know, like we've seen Josh before get caught in a firefight in a lot of fights. Ramirez doesn't seem to take a backward step. Very tough, come forward Mexican. So we could be in for a right barnstorm. Whether Josh will try and do something different, which I don't think would make sense. He's had a lot of success to fighting the way he has. So either way, I think it's going to be interesting.
Jack, I believe it's 30 days from tonight until you have to face the winner of the bout. How confident are you that you will face one of those, and one of them might not look to vacate or what have you, moving up and looking at different scenarios there?
Yeah, I think there's 90 days now for the fight to happen. I guess after tonight, sit down with the team and see which way it goes. I think if Ramirez wins, I think there's a slim chance of that fight happening. I think he'll move up to welterweight. If Taylor wins, I mean, he's talked about this dream fight in Edinburgh Castle at the football stadium, and I'm the man for the job. I'm mandatory for the title. Beat everyone asked me domestically, so that fight makes sense. I think it's an easier fight to make. We're both under the same management company, and I fancy that fight. So we'll see. I mean, if Ramirez does win, I think he'll vacate. Then obviously I'll be fighting for a vacant title, but we'll know more after tonight.
I tried to recall whether I accidentally said 30 days or not. I know I meant 90, and it's obviously 3 months, so apologies on that one. Jack, for yourself, what would be the preference, a Josh Taylor victory or Jose Ramirez win?
You know what, we're back our own. It'd be nice to see Josh win, and ultimately I want that fight. It's been bubbling for a while. I've been chasing this WBO title for the best part of 2 years. I stepped aside to let this fight happen. We're here now, so it won't be too long before we know which direction it's going. I think it's a massive fight for England v Scotland. Josh's dream of coming home and defending all his belts. My opportunity to announce myself, fighting for all the belts in Scotland. It's a massive fight.
Looking back now and stepping aside, Jack, reflecting on this experience up until this point, what's it been like for yourself, not getting this opportunity to fight for the WBO title yet, but potentially facing whoever is successful in an undisputed bout? Are you happy with your decision? Yeah,
I have no regrets. Boxing can be frustrating sometimes. Just got to take the rough with the smooth. I stepped aside to allow this big fight to happen, and hopefully on the promises that were promised. They can deliver, and I'll get the title shot later this year.
Do you think you'll look to get out at least once before then, just to kind of shake off any ring rust ahead of what would again be the biggest fight of your own career?
I don't think so. I think the way things have panned out, I think, like we just said, then it's a quick turnaround. Hopefully, we'll know more after this weekend. But I've been out here training, sparring, and I plan on just keeping in fight shape, getting some good sparring, and going into this fight preparing well.
Jack, I know you got Chantal Cameron flying out here currently with Jamie Moore. How's Chantal looking ahead of her fight next weekend?
Chantal's looking really well. Watched her training over the last couple of weeks, sparring, training hard, very determined. She's got a WBC mandatory title defence on Saturday next week, so I'm excited for Chantal. It's her first fight in America, and it would be nice. Wish Chantal all the best.
All right, Jack, we will leave that there now. Leave it to, but we won't leave it there because there's a big fight announcement yesterday which I want you to get your thoughts on. Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao. What are your thoughts on that announcement?
Yeah, amazing fight. We know Manny Pacquiao, 7-8 weight world champion. Errol Spence, both great stories. Really interesting fight. Probably got to side with Spence for this fight, but you can never write Manny Pacquiao off at 42, and he's still firing all cylinders. So, what a great fight.
Jack, we will now leave it there. Appreciate your time, mate. Enjoy the rest of your stay before fight night. Thanks, Speeds Boxing Social.
Thank you very much.